This review is being brought to you in part by Main Irish Airsoft.
Right, so here we are with the Celcius. Did a preview of it a couple of vids ago, and this is the review. I actually had a chance to take this bad boy out in the field and play with it. Have to say I love it. Absolutely love it. But it's not the perfect AEG. I loved it, but there were a few caveats you have to know about. 6.00mm barrel. Absolutely incredible accuracy out of it, but you do have to make sure you use the very best BBs you can find. When I skirmish with this, I use the XL 0.23s, and I have to say I have never used an AEG with accuracy that was as good as this. Really very impressive. But also related to that, I mentioned the hop was a bit fiddly to adjust, and it is, but it is well worth taking the time and effort to get the hop adjusted perfectly. I've never seen so many BBs follow down the same path in such a tight grouping, and Jerry used this as well, took a few shots with it, and he was also very impressed with it. So yeah, very accurate, but you're going to need to use the very best BBs you can find, which in this case the ones that are recommended to me with the XLs, and the .23s went very well on it. Also, you're going to have to make sure that you do clean the barrel on a regular basis if you're going to be skirmishing with it. So yeah, in terms of use, absolutely phenomenal. Great rate of fire, great trigger response because of the 11.1 LiPo. But that in itself causes you a couple of minor issues. Because the mags that are mid-cap mags, you can find yourself going through the mags very, very quickly indeed. If I was going to buy one of these, I would definitely stump an extra few quid for the 3-shot burst ECU. That would definitely help you manage your magazines and your ammo far better, because it's just too easy to run out of ammo when you're on full auto. It's such as the rate of fire of this gun. Another minor issue with the magazines, and it's not particular to these magazines, the Systemas apparently have the same problem, because the spring in here is quite strong, because it is a high rate of fire gun. The feed mechanism can be a bit temperamental. When you have this fully loaded, if you touch off the feed nozzle here, occasionally you can start the mag feeding and it'll spray out a load of BBs. As I say, that's not something that's specific to the Celcius. It also happens with the Systema, so you do need to maybe watch out for that. It's a minor niggle, but it is something you have to watch out for. I think these mags might be better suited to the hard type fast mags, I think that's what they're called, rather than standard Cordura mag pouches. But that's just a guess on my part. Other than that, there's not a lot I can say really. You're going to see some footage of the gun in action. I was ever so impressed with it. The extra weight did make a difference. At the end of the day, I did feel that I'd been carrying a heavier gun than I was used to. But the butt is very nice. It is very comfortable. The gun itself very comfortable to hold. Did take me a little bit of time to get used to the smaller pistol grip, but that's all part of the immersive experience you get with a gun of this type. There's an argument there, which is the more real? Is it, the Celcius Systema type AEG or gas blowback? For me, I'm too much of a chicken to invest in a gas blowback system. I think they take too much care and maintenance for me. I prefer the reliability aspect of an AEG. And I think I'd be inclined to stump for this particular gun myself. The advantage, of course, is that if you want to pimp this out, put different rail systems on it, you can do it. It's all standard. The only thing that isn't standard really on this is the buffer tube, which is actually mil-spec diameter. So if you're going to change the stock on this, you do need to get a mil-spec stock. Right, that's just a heads up for you guys out there. This ran flawlessly for me. Absolutely no problems. But I'd say that's probably because it's the version 3 of this gun, right? Completely reworked gearbox, completely reworked ECU. I have read a lot of reviews that says, there were problems in earlier versions. I can't speak to that because I've only used the version 3 system. And I have to say I'm very, very impressed with it.
Call him out to your side there. Are you safe?
I don't have eyes on.
Three directly in front of you, there's a little bit behind that. Right. There he is, down. Line up three there.
I would definitely consider this as a gun, and it's definitely on my wish list. So I hope this review has been of some use to you. If you get a chance to have a look at one of these in action, I seriously recommend it because they're very well worth having a look at. So thanks very much, and it's goodbye from Molly's Airsoft.